Hi there, welcome to Using DIY. My name's Ben. In this video we're checking out the Plaud Note. Okay, so we've been sent this Plaud Note, really excited about this device. More and more devices like this are coming out nowadays with AI capabilities built into more hardware basically. Not everything needs to be built into mobile phones, maybe you need additional devices for voice recording, for smart recorders, things like that. This is exactly kind of the idea of the Plaud Note and all the Plaud devices because there are more devices coming out. So this basically is what it says on the box. It's a ChatGPT empowered AI voice recorder. So it records voice, it transcribes, it uses the ChatGPT element to organise your transcriptions, what you said, your meeting notes, things like that. Fully capable device, and we're going to jump into that in this video. So we'll unbox it, check out what the actual device is like. It comes with a MagSafe holder as well, so you can drop it on the back of an iPhone or a MagSafe compatible case. And we're going to basically just use it. So let's get the box open, see what it's like, see what the build quality is like, and then we'll get it set up with the included application as well. Okay, so super simple box, nice and thin, nicely packaged by the looks of it. We've got the silver one here, we've been sent the silver one. There are other colours, there's definitely a black one, I think silver and black that I'm aware of. There may be more, but they're the only ones that I've seen. A couple of specifications on the back of the actual box. Okay, so let's get this unboxed. It's got a secondary angle going on here just to show you a nice close-up of the actual insides of here. As I mentioned, tons of specifications on the back of there. 400 milliamp hour battery built into it, into the actual device. And obviously all the technology built into there. It uses Bluetooth connectivity, which I assume is between the actual device and your phone. So, what have we got inside the box? First of all, we've got a welcome to Plaud Note inside the manual there, and then the actual device there. Okay, so we're inside the box, really small. It literally, I mentioned in the promo videos around it being like a credit card size, and it literally almost is. It's so small and dainty. That's really smart. There's a few things going on the front in terms of hardware. You've got the rocker button there, which has got a purpose. There's a button there as well. I won't press anything for now. On the back, there are some pins. So there's some like potentially charging pins possibly there. I do not know yet. But that is really thin. I reckon that's the size of a couple of kind of debit or credit card thin. So that's the device there. We'll put it there. Inside the box as well, we've also got something in here, which I think, hopefully, is the actual case. So let me just check this out. Okay, yes it is. So it's the Plaud Note case itself. So this will take, hopefully, that inside there. I'm not going to push it all the way in because it'll probably just be quite hard to get out. So that goes inside there, and I accidentally pressed the power button now, so that is now flashing. So we'll just leave it there for a minute. Hopefully that may go off. I mentioned it being MagSafe compatible, but it does come with an included MagSafe ring as such, a magnetic ring. That does come included, so if you've got a phone case or something equivalent, you can obviously peel the back of that off and stick it on there. So this will then stick to that, obviously that ring. I do have a Samsung phone, but I've got a MagSafe phone case, so that should hopefully just flick onto the back of there. It does indeed. So that will hold in place on the back of my phone, and you can use it with the phone itself. Other things included in the box is a USB-C to USB-A adapter, and then a cable in here, which I assume is going to be, yes it is, the charge cable. So there's some pins on the back of there. I'll hold it up to that camera. Hold it just so down here as well so you can see that. And that's similar to kind of some watch chargers you get, but basically that's going to attach itself onto the back of here to charge. So you can see, hopefully see that on there. That's now connected magnetically onto the back of there, and you can plug the USB-A cable in and charge it basically. As I mentioned right at the beginning, it's a 400 milliamp hour battery in there. When I first read that, I thought that was quite low, but you can see why, because that is so thin. The fact they've even got a battery in there is unbelievable, to be fair. Really smart looking. Okay, so currently got the Plaud Note charging here now, just with the battery pack there. Little light comes on just in the air, which looks quite cool, just to indicate that it's actually charging. So that's charging there. I've also downloaded the Plaud.AI application as well onto my phone here. So we'll do a recording on the phone. We'll get things set up with the device itself. So you can see hopefully now on the screen over here, I've got the Plaud application there. So I'm going to continue with Google. I'll just sign in. I might just skip through this on the recording so you don't see this. but we'll get signed into the application now. So, welcome to Plaud. Go to connect. You've got the Plaud Note, which we've got, and the Plaud Pin, Note Pin I think it's called, that's come out very recently. So we'll go to connect. Our Bluetooth is disabled, so I probably need to enable it. So it's telling me what to do, so I need to press the record button, which is this button here. I'm just going to press that once. I want to unplug it from charge actually. There we go, so it is flashing, so you can't do that while you're charging. So we'll go to next. We'll allow to pick up devices in the vicinity. Go to Plaud Note. So we're definitely flashing now, so okay, here we go. Right, so it's found it there, you can see the Plaud Note, see the serial number of this device. So we'll go to connect. This is via Bluetooth, the connection. Okay, let's try again. It might not have enough charge in it perhaps. Let's try again. Okay, no, we're done. So that's fine. So let me just put it back onto charge now because I'm just very conscious that I've not charged this enough. So that is now charging again. Okay, so on the screen, the main screen here of the application, you can see that there's a few getting started things that you can try out. So you've got welcome to Plaud, Plaud.AI, how to transcribe with the Plaud Note, how to summarize with the Plaud Note, and another, looks like maybe a transcription of an old meeting that's been done on there as well. So let's just jump through these quickly. So this is just giving you an idea of what it is, what it does, etc, etc. So it's giving you an idea of a previous recording they've obviously done and how it can transcribe it. So if I just press the play button here.
Hello and welcome to Plaud.AI, the AI ES company that connects AI with real life. As your AI business partner, at Plaud.AI, we develop AI devices and agents designed to act.
So you can see there's also been a recording and they've done a summary from the transcript. So you can see, if I show you there, you've got the transcript of that actual recording, and that gives you an idea of what the Plaud.AI device can do. It can then summarize the actual transcript itself into a more readable format, which then you could potentially share. So that's that, how to transcribe. So this is a step-by-step guide on how to actually transcribe. So that just talks you through it, so I won't go through that at the moment. How to summarize, again, that's summarizing a recording in there. And then that one, I assume, must be an old Apple phone, the old Apple phone launch. Yeah, so that must be a recording of that. Let me just play that.
This is a day I've been looking forward to for 2.5 years.
Yeah, so that's the old Steve Jobs recording about the iPhone. It's obviously quite a memorable moment there. Okay, we'll do a test recording in a moment. I just want to show a couple of things in the application. So you can see we've got the battery level, it's charging at the moment. We've got the name of it, firmware, storage that's used, all the kind of general stuff in here. You can actually change the microphone gain there, which is really, really good. You can save raw files as well, save it to raw file, which again is good. So there's some flexibility here in terms of what you can do with the application and the device. Firmware update, it's up to date, which is great. So that's kind of the basic settings. I won't go into much detail there. I think what we'll do, we'll just do a recording. So I'm going to record on here, so I'm going to just pop that there, and then we're going to go plus there, and we can actually start recording from the application. So let's give it a go. Okay, so we're going to record now. We're going to talk for a little bit, maybe talk about the actual Plaud Note device, how it's a ChatGPT empowered AI voice recorder. It's got a built-in battery, which is a 400 milliamp battery, Bluetooth, etc, etc. You can record files, transcribe them, summarize them within the application. So let's do that there. Let's pause it and we'll save it. Okay, so this will then process the recording on the device, which is done just there. We can go into the device. I can play back, so let's do a quick playback and you should hopefully hear it. Okay, so we're going to record now, we're going to talk for a little bit, maybe talk about the actual Plaud Note device, how it's a ChatGPT empowered AI voice recorder. It's got a built-in battery, which is a Okay, so you can hear the recording there. Transcript wise, let's generate the transcript. So within here you can got the recording language, which is English, that's me in English. AI model, so you can choose between Claude and ChatGPT. You've got meeting notes, autopilot, consulting, class, key points. So I think we'll go with the key points and we'll click generate now. So the audio file by the looks of it uploaded from the Plaud Note into the device, and you can see on screen that the transcribing is in progress. I assume the longer the file, obviously, the longer the transcription will take. Okay, so transcription's done. So it was only a few seconds anyway. Let me just read that. There's a couple of things in there. Probably my accent, that's why it's not picked it up. So that's the transcription, which looks more or less good. You can probably see there yourself. If we go to summary, speaker 1 introduces the Plaud, so it's got the actual Plaud device. That's probably my accent. ChatGPT powered AI voice recorder with, so yeah, it summarised what I've been saying basically. So that really quickly shows its capability, what it can do, transcription wise. What we probably need to do is test it out, maybe like a multi-person scenario. So maybe a couple of us that are talking about something, see how it transcribes it. But out of the box, you can see there really quickly that it's picking up my voice, it's transcribing what I've said very almost perfectly accurately. It's got the Plaud word wrong, but I might even be saying that wrong. And then it's summarised what I've said as well. So that's really good. So what I'll do now is I'll let this fully charge, and then we can dock it into this and we can try it with my phone, maybe try it on a phone, record it on an actual phone call as well. So we'll let this charge up fully, and then we'll come back and do some more testing. Okay, so I spent around a week now with the Plaud card. Tried it out in some different scenarios, different settings, see how versatile it is, what you can do with it, what you can't do with it, etc, etc. And overall, really pleased with it. It's really good to see bringing different elements of AI and ChatGPT type functionality into different hardware, rather than just all being built into a phone or a PC, anything like that. Having separate bits of hardware where that technology is built in and being made use of is really good to see. And this is a great example of that exactly. So recording in kind of meeting scenarios is where I've used it most. So in meeting rooms and just doing general recording of an in-person meeting. So if you're using something like Microsoft Teams, obviously you can utilize that to record your meeting. If you're having a conversation though, for example, with a colleague or a group of colleagues, then this is where this comes in really well, especially if you want to do a kind of summary at the end to determine actions, who spoke about what, or just to generally summarize the meeting. It's really good. One of the really good things I found, which is incredible really, is how good it is at transcribing, so how good it is at picking up the audio, transcribing it. I did think it would struggle quite a bit with myself and my colleagues being from North England. The accent can be quite strong, a little bit different to the kind of general normal English accent, but it seemed to pick up the accents pretty well. There were certain words which I think wasn't due to accent, it was just due to the type of word it wouldn't pick up, but overall really impressive. I've used it mainly in this holster, this credit phone MagSafe compatible holder, and I've just popped that in the middle of a table and just recorded with a button on there. Really good. Another thing just to call out specifically as well is the actual Plaud application and how well that does integrate with the actual card itself. Obviously you need the application to manage the recordings, transcriptions, and then you can obviously do whatever you need to do with the information in there. So you can see at the top there, I've got a couple of meeting recordings that I've used this. There were a couple more I did which I deleted because they were kind of nonsense, but we've done some general discussion there on some vehicle pricing, technology. That was just a general discussion we had. That was kind of I think it was a 3-minute one. That was a 3-minute test I did. I've not used it for real life, my actual work scenarios. I've just used it in meeting room environments where I've had a general discussion with colleagues. But the actual interface of the application, the layout, the structure, how to use it, really simple, really intuitive. That's just one specific thing to call out, which was really good. I think without that, if it was a bit clunky, it would make the whole kind of experience and process clunky. But it's not. You record with this, it ends up in there, that's it, you're done. And as well, it's got really good battery life on it. Obviously I think it must go into like a deep sleep, this. You kind of have to wake it up and reconnect it to the application. But overall, battery life has been really good. I've used it on 2 separate occasions, I think on a week between them. And the battery life was really high still. I think it was still full, to be honest with you. So yeah, Plaud application, really good. Battery life on this, really good. And integration between the hardware and software, brilliant. And I think that's really important And that's where a lot of companies can fail with their integration between hardware and software. And we've seen that with companies like Sonos recently. It's really, really key that they both work hand in hand, seamlessly, really. Okay, all done now on this first video on the Plaud card. Really, really impressed. Really versatile. Obviously, only really suitable if you're in a situation where you need to do recording, lectures, teaching situations, appointments, maybe solicitors, things like that for legal reasons. General meetings with colleagues, general meetings with friends, anything at all really where you need to do some kind of recording, transcribing and summary. Really impressed. And again, I think the most impressive bit is that hardware and software combined to bring both of those really great sides together into one great service. So I will put links in the description to where you can get a hold of this from. Plaud recently have released a pin, so there's like a smaller pin device that you can attach to clothing, or you can use it separately, not just on clothing. So they've got a couple of different form factors now. The devices are doing a very similar thing in terms of what they're being used for, but if you didn't want this form factor and you want something different, that is available from Plaud now as well. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If it's been informative at least, hopefully. If it has, please do give it a thumbs up, give it a like. If not for any reason, give it a thumbs down, but do let me know in the comment section why. Any questions about the Plaud card, how I've used it, how it could be used, ideas for a future video where you want more things covering, please again, drop that into the comment section. I will reply to all questions and comments. And if you want to follow the Houston DIY channel for more tech reviews, product reviews, giveaways, home DIY projects, and much, much more, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you on the next one.